Gavinotts. Don't you know who I am? I just turned on the light so you can see me in my glory. It's Brian Pillman Jr., the XVPW YouTube champion. Now you're looking at a rematch, huh? You want to have a rematch. But what you don't know is you are facing a champion on the rise. You are facing somebody who's not going to only hold the YouTube championship, but he's going to hold the Grand Prix Cup. He's going to hold the World Championship and the AEW Championship. So, Gavin, what I have to ask you is, why are you trying to bite off more than you can chew? Why are you trying to get in the ring with a second-generation savant such as Brian Pillman Jr.? It's a good question. Probably because you're insane. Or probably because you think you have something to prove. Well, I'll tell you something right now. I got nothing to prove. You're the challenger, and you gotta come to me. See you there.
Brian. Shh. Shut up. You son of a bitch. You don't know what you mean. You think I'm insane to get in the ring with you? That's a big pig to swallow for me to admit. I may be criminally insane to get in the ring with you, but you stole something from me. And it's not about a rematch. It's not about a rematch. It's called revenge, you son of a bitch. You may stand around with your room with your light on, but you need your light on in your brain and switched on to what you were fucking doing before. You've got to understand. And you quote, you're the second generation superstar, Brian Pillman Jr. It's quite funny, everyone that is actually a spawn or a family member, they always quote who they are related to. But here in XVPW, I may have friends or enemies, but they don't quote where they've been, who they're related to, etc, 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 what they won, what they lost. We're here to make our mark. But you walked in to this company, in my business. Why do you think I want revenge? Not a rematch, a revenge. And you think you can take away that championship? Brian, I'm walking away on top. And as well, Brian, that championship will be mine, as well as that trophy. I'm waiting, Brian. It's took me this long to come back. See you in the ring.
Hey everybody, this is the best tag team in the planet, the Lucha Brothers. Para mandar un saludo a mis amigos de Xtreme Virtual Pro Wrestling.
Xtreme. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event. A championship rematch for the XVPW YouTube Championship. And it looks like Gavinotts is ready. He's been wanting this opportunity again. And Brian Pillman is going to give it to him. Making his way down to the XVPW ring is your Xtreme Virtual Pro Wrestling YouTube Champion, Brian Pillman Jr., a second-generation superstar, an AEW wrestler, and now here he is wrestling in the Red X brand, Xtreme Virtual Pro Wrestling, and he is our YouTube champion. To be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I believe he's everybody's fan favorite to get the W here against Gavinotts again. Oh my god. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't yet, like, comment, and subscribe, because we got Brian Pillman Jr. versus Gavinotts for the XVPW YouTube Championship. And also, whoever wins this will meet John Awesome in the semifinals at Intercontinental Incident at the Hammerstein Ballroom. I can't believe it. This is our main event, and Brian Pillman is a fan favorite, so let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. And it's for the XVPW YouTube Championship. the corner to my right, he is XVPW's first Brit, and his name is Gavinotts. On the corner to my left, he is the XVPW YouTube champion, Brian Pillman Jr. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, what a main event we're gonna have here today. We got Gavinotts representing Great Britain and Brian Pillman Jr., our YouTube champion, representing US of A. Will we see a title change here, or will Brian retain and make it to the semi-finals at Intercontinental Incident? And the bell has rung, ladies and gentlemen, and the crowd is ecstatic. Gavin wanted this rematch against Brian Pillman Jr., and with Brian being the fighting champion he granted it. Now Brian with a headlock onto Gavin and dropping Gavin with a side headlock. Now Gavin with a headlock of his own and elbow strikes onto the back neck of Brian Pillman Jr. Now Jr. pushing Gavin towards the rope. Pillman ducks, leapfrog off to Gavin. Now Pillman, beautiful side headlock takedown onto Gavinotts, XVPW's first Brit. Oh man, now Gavin with a side headlock. Pillman pushes Gavin again. Now Gavin will look going for it. Oh my god, a clothesline. But Pillman ducks and a side headlock takedown again onto Gavin. Pillman is just outsmarting Gavin. And this is why he's the YouTube champion, ladies and gentlemen, because he's just that talented. Not saying that Gavin is not talented, but he has to work harder and smarter. And looks like Gavin got Pillman onto a leg lock onto his head and just striking the midsection off to Brian Pillman Jr. And now Pillman again with that side headlock. Keep attacking the head. I mean, he is literally working Gavinotts. Now Gavin again striking the midsection onto Pillman. Now Pillman pushing Gavin towards the rope. Ducks again. And a leapfrog. And Pillman going for that dropkick, and he hits his target. And again, Pillman, veteran maneuver, smart man. Keep going, keep attacking that head. Wow. This is technical wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. This is very smart. Now, Gavin with a headlock of his own, followed by an arm lock. Good stuff. And again, good job, Gavin, attacking the midsection onto Brian. I mean, he got him with those strikes to the midsection, and now he's attacking with the knees. Now Brian Pillman with the hammerlock onto Gavin. Now Gavin reverses with an arm lock. Good job by Gavinotts. Wow, this match, you could say, I believe Gavin is ready to face someone like Pillman again. Now Gavin trying to steal one here early. One. Oh, and Brian kicks out. Now Gavin, good job working on that head. He got him on that leg lock earlier. And now Gavin working onto head onto Pillman with that leg lock, that triangle leg lock it looks like. Now Brian Pillman Jr., our YouTube champion, escaping from that submission. And now Pillman stealing one early too. One. Oh, not even a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. We're just getting started here between these two, but like I said, I'm rooting for Brian Pillman to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gavin takes one here tonight. Oh, now Gavin with a chop onto Brian Pillman Jr. And Pillman with a chop of his own, and Brian again, numerous chops. I mean, this is what happened last time when these two faced off. It was a chop fest, ladies and gentlemen. Both of these men's chest was purple. Now Gavin taking it in, and wow, a chop again, and another one, and a slap to the face. Irish whipping Brian Pillman to the corner and a chop of his own snapmare, followed by a European uppercut. Oh my God, Gavin is ready. He's ready to become XVPW's YouTube champion. Boom, followed by a backbreaker. Lateral press, 1, 2, and this is what happens when you don't hook the leg. He could have got that almost. Now, Brian with a chop of his own and another chop. Oh my God, you can hear it from across the room, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, he felt that one. Now, Gavin with a chop of his own, followed by a throat strike and a strike to the midsection, followed by an uppercut. Now, Gavin onto the second rope with a fist drop, followed by a lateral press. Let's go. 1, 2, and Brian kicks out, ladies and gentlemen. Man, whoever wins this, I wouldn't be surprised, but this is also not only for to go to the semifinals of Intercontinental incident, but this is for the YouTube championship. I mean, if Brian retains, I won't be surprised, but Gavin gets the W. What an upset win, right? Now Gavin got Brian onto that leg lock, but Brian escapes with strikes to the head. And Brian is limping right now. He needs to get some blood on. He needs to get blood rushing to that leg of his. And chops again from Brian onto Gavin. And Gavin felt that one. Oh my God. These two's chests. I don't know if they're still recuperating from the last time they fought each other, but man, their chest must be burning right now. I mean, to get a chop, it stings, ladies and gentlemen. It stings. Now Brian with a monkey flip, followed by a crossbody. Let's go. 1, 2. Oh, that could have been a 3, but ref was just a little bit late onto that. And what a kick onto Gavin. Man, these two are delivering right now. This is your main event, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't yet, like, comment, and subscribe to the XVPW, the Extreme Alternative. And Gavin with that float over neck breaker, and Brian rolls out of the ring. Where's Gavin going? Oh my God, Gavin with that front flip suicide dive. Oh my God. Now you gotta bring your opponent back into the ring if you want that belt. Not unless you just want to make it to the semifinals. Now Gavin taking Brian back into the ring, and Pillman is crawling up top. Too much is happening right now, ladies and gentlemen. Too much is happening. We're just getting started here in XVPW. Oh my God, now Gavin again with those chops. Brian Irish whipping Gavin. And Gavin with a clothesline. And another clothesline. And I don't even know what you call that, but it works. Looks like a reverse Olympic slam. Now Brian with the leg drop, followed by a lateral press. 1, 2, and Gavin kicks out. I mean, I know Gavin is not the fan favorite here in XVPW, but he worked hard, ladies and gentlemen. He's working hard right now, and he wants that title. He really wants it. Now Gavin going for another clothesline, but Pillman ducks, followed by a thrust kick. Now Pillman with a Northern Lights suplex. 1, 2, and Gavin kicks out again, and Pillman cannot believe it. Now Pillman with an elbow drop to the midsection onto Gavin. And now followed by a headlock. Gavin, the underdog here in Extreme Virtual Pro Wrestling. The least favorite, but he earned his keep, ladies and gentlemen. He works hard in Extreme Virtual Pro Wrestling. Now multiple strikes to the midsection onto Brian Pillman Jr. Irish whip and a clothesline and another clothesline. And what a European uppercut. Followed by another European uppercut. Gavin is working off adrenaline at the moment. And out of nowhere, a snap German. 1, 2. Oh my God, where did Pillman Where did Pillman pull that off? Oh, wow, ladies and gentlemen. Gavin was working off adrenaline, and he's doing whatever it takes. What a interesting drop toe hold from Gavin. And Gavin with a pin. 1, 2. Oh, so close. Now Pillman with a Hurricane Rana followed by a pin. 1, 2. And Gavin reverses. 1, 2. Oh my God, so close. Now Gavin going for a Regal Cutter, but Pillman with a kick reverses. Gavin reverses. And what's he going for? A Tiger Bomb followed by a pin. 1, 2. And Brian kicks out. Gavin's getting very frustrated. He's doing whatever it takes to put Pillman down, but Pillman still has the upper hand over here. I mean, he's champion. I mean, he's champion for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Pillman has a lot of advantage over Gavin. Gavin has got to do a little bit more, just more. Now, multiple strikes. These two is a strike. And oh my God, multiple slaps to the face onto Brian Pillman Jr. Gavin with the Regal Cutter. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Gavin going for the Knots Lock. Let's go. If Pillman taps, we could have a new champion here in Xtreme Virtual Pro Wrestling. And the crowd is going ecstatic. They do not want Brian to tap. Don't tap. Don't tap. And Gavin is still having to hold on to him. And Pillman, oh my God, doing whatever it takes to get out of that. Oh my God. Now, Brian with the comeback. Multiple clotheslines. Oh, and what a pop-up headbutt. Brian is laid out, ladies and gentlemen. Brian is laid out. Now, Gavin going for a Regal Cutter again, but Brian misses. Now, Brian with a Sleeping Hollow DDT, but scouted from Gavin. Gavin with, oh my God, an arm breaker. Followed by the Knots Lock. Knots Lock onto Brian again. Oh my God. Brian, don't tap, but Gavin got the hold on him, ladies and gentlemen. Gavin is not letting go. Gavin wants that YouTube championship. Will he get it? Will he get it? Brian taps. Brian taps, ladies and gentlemen. And Gavin, I can't believe it. Everybody can't believe it. Gavin is the new XVPW YouTube champion. And he's going to the semifinals at Intercontinental Incident, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what a win for Gavinotts. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe it. Nobody can believe it. Wow, we did not expect this. But that goes to show you, ladies and gentlemen, the hard work pays off. And yeah, you're right, Gavin. You told us he is the new XVPW YouTube champion. Oh my God. Some people are liking it, some don't. But you gotta respect Gavinotts, ladies and gentlemen. He proved everybody wrong. And now he is going to Intercontinental Incident. And he is the new XVPW YouTube champion. I'm pretty sure there's a rematch along the way, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the end of it. But congratulations, Gavinotts. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern is Intercontinental Incident. And the semi-final brackets are set. We got Durgos from Belgium versus Dylan Mason from the Netherlands. Follow that, we got John Awesome from Peru versus the new YouTube champion, Gavinotts from Great Britain. Follow that, the Wolf King, who is 5-0, will have an open challenge for the XVPW Network Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, the finals, who will win and go to Extreme Palooza? We'll find out tomorrow at Intercontinental Incident.
This is Adam Cole, baby, NXT champion of the world, and you're watching Xtreme Virtual Pro Wrestling. Boom.
Extreme.